It is April 17th, 2022. I went to wherever we went in interborough of things. Um, there was, I have to say, they were absolutely fantastic. Whoever, thank you. Um, I only know the name Mike, which is significant for me, based on some of the other Mikes that I've known along the way. Um, but it was interesting. Um, there was definitely a very thematic color. I thought that it was so nice that um, that they all went out of their way and looked so um, so beautiful in what they were wearing, in whatever importance it held. I am not clear at the moment, but one of the really beautiful things is that children, my one, the other three did not come with me, but the one that I have now, they invited us to the roof. They did a potato sack, and like we used to on the front lawn in the St. John's Episcopal, when that was by the fish hatchery in Long Island where I was being held safe, might I add, or so I thought. Um, there was no front scariness. There was no intimidation right out in the front line. So I don't know what went on in the world or on Long Island during that period of time. Just grateful that it was the way that it was. But um, they hid eggs. They they colored an egg, which is nice. They did nice things with the children, and it was small. It was not a very big. I'm not a very big, especially these days in the condition that I'm in at the moment. So, but it was a nice change of pace. So I thank them graciously for for having such a nice moment, sharing a nice moment with us. Mike asked what I was speaking to my son, and I said, I don't know. I said, their words, they're mine, they're different. It's a bunch of different words I've picked up throughout, but I make them my own with him just because I said there's a lot of, not like there's a lot of this or that in the playground, but there's not a lot of me there. I said, so I use my words for him. He says, it sounds Hungarian. And I said, it does? I mean, again, in the like Eastern European, the beautiful corridor, I do not know what they call each other. And again, I don't know their words. I don't know their battles. I don't know anything about them. I just know that there's something that calls me that way. Perhaps in my dreams, I don't even know how to explain that. Or when the world stands still, it's just where I prefer to be. But in the New York things of what's going on, I was greatly appreciative of what they've done for me as of late here. I suppose I would not have held on to whatever has gone on between 2015 to now, but it is whatever it is. They played a song on Alexa called Baby Shark, which I had not heard of. They played like the first two whatevers, which was big. Hang on. And I spoke to, there was a 15-year-old boy there. I asked him, I said, what kind of school does he go to? Like, could he tell me about it? Only because of what I've been doing for my children, trying to figure out this education system over here. He said that there was a law program where he was. They're in a different borough, but it's still within the New York City system. He said that in his if you choose what he chose, which is law, that in the junior year of high school, they actually intern at law firms. I'm like, what? Like, really? I mean, how beautiful that is that they even get that choice. So now, I mean, I have confirmation again that on the same island, at the head of the island, there's two boroughs that are connected. There's POW, MIA memorial stuff that went on in some 101 infantry of some sort. And currently, the section of Queens that I'm in is experiencing an education setback for sure. Also, an influx of I don't know what. I couldn't even figure out. I always called it French because I learned from a French Canadian. But I is it hungry? Do you only say hungry if you have elegance and grace and you are a certain something? I'm not sure. Because I know in certain places it is acceptable to say one thing, in others it's not. But I don't know where these social graces are any longer. I've lost my footing. I just have. Being held in a room, being held away, not knowing the social delicacies of the local New Yorkers, and what they do elsewhere. It's it's been a real challenge. It's been a real difficult part. Not that I am challenging anyone. It's just I've been harmed and I don't know where to turn. I did not grow up with lawyers in high school that went and I could rely upon. They went to class and that was it. I went to class, but there was no significance in the class. I mean, and that's even difficult because each classroom they call class, but elsewhere they use that word class as a distinction between echelon. So that becomes difficult. But I'm still within this. It was a simple car ride from here to there. There was no flight involved, just a simple car ride. And just a gracious host who is very kind in a working class American, but who is just very kind to have invited us. And that is all I have to say. Because what I have going on in a battle, in far away things, and things that have happened to me along the way, and the battle that I have with the person that entered the room with me, I don't even entertain him into my battles that I'm doing with far away things, and that have happened prior to his entrance into my whatever. He and I are not the same. We are not traveling the same. We are not journeying the same. I do not want him in any of my future. I don't want ever to be drawn in ever again to situations. Like now, I appreciate that he's this liaison that found somebody who's wanted to extend kindness and who did for today, and I greatly appreciate that. Because I did not have that with the boys that I was trying to protect, my 3 little ones, and getting them to target places was difficult, again, because there was because of what happened before the divorce, or what sparked the divorce, or whatever, or me being able to finally get away. So all of these circumstances should not matter, but they do. But how, because it's wherever I'm documenting it, I don't know how far it goes, and I don't know where this stop is in any of this. Here. Alexa, play Baby Shark.
Baby Shark by Pink Fawn on Amazon Music.
Pink Fawn Farm? Fawn Farm? That's Jaws. One of the girls played this for my son. Alexa, stop. And that's where the girls stopped it as well. But to play it for my son, which was very nice. And then they served dessert, which was very kind. So that's real world, what happened in the Big Apple today for us. And then I'm going to split this video up because I have something else that needs to be discussed, but on a separate link, for whatever reason, just to separate the events. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza, it's Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Universe, Galaxy is broken. It's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361. I do want to say, I've entered a room with the same person, and it has not been so kind, gracious, and safe. Today I felt it was more of a safe zone in the sense that there were women there, there was a man there, but they were not looking to hurt me in any way. I've walked into other situations with the same person I walked into their building with, in that small setting, and he's brought me into other situations that were not as tame, let's say, but I would never have entered if not brought in by he. I walk into something expecting like I got today, but the entire situation changes because he, whatever, entraps, and scary things, if and when I'm able to even remember them. So, I don't know how to handle that. I just don't.